let's talk about making a floral arrangement. Most of the time, I like to have curly willow at the bottom of the vase, right? You just roll it all up, you put it in there, it makes a grid, so you can put your flowers, you can place them in a certain way that it will hold them. So I went ahead and prepped the vase with this. Flowers like this, woody stems, you snap them like that, and then they drink water much better than cutting them, and you should always cut your flowers on an angle. Snap. So I got a rose, right? So you wanna, I like to have some large flowers for the base. Large flowers to light flowers. Alstroemeria. Now notice this flower. If you ever get one of these in an arrangement, let them drink. Once they start drinking water, this flower will last 2 weeks. Easily. Many people talk about cutting flowers underwater. They cut the flowers underwater, then they put them on the countertop. The bottom of the rose is going to seal up. So the main thing is if you're cutting underwater, you technically should be going from the water into the vase. All right, then you got your hole. We got some nice spiders, right? Again, snap, the chrysanthemum family, same experience. These are relatively small. Break them up. And in this case here, because I don't have a large base, I'm just going to make a nice full arrangement, and my base is not flared out, so I don't have a chance to really come out the sides with the flowers. Everything's getting deep into the water. As my father always said, every flower should touch the bottom of the vase when you're putting it in there. And make sure you keep plenty of water. It doesn't hurt to overwater fresh cut flowers, people. In case anybody doesn't know, it's okay. You're not going to hurt anything. Keep in mind, technically, these flowers are dead. Don't let that secret get out. I guess you could say this is kind of like marketing, right? Got to find the right spot for the right flower. You got to find the right listing for the ads. Flowers like this, right? Very erect. You don't want to try to come in the sides with this. This way here, that's not pretty. Up with these. If this is all you got to work with, then you modify your design and you just twist it. Just look at how tight that is. It almost looks dead now, but these are going to do so well. I don't know if we'll get a chance to see this after a week, but I can assure you it's going to be beautiful. Pomps, these are called daisy pomps and cushions. The problem with these things used to be like $1.87 a bunch, maybe $2. Now, I don't want to say what they cost now. And just because you have a lot of flowers doesn't mean that you should have to jam everything into the arrangement to get the most out of the flowers that you allocated. Make your look and your feel. If you've got some leftover stems, use them on another design. Now, notice the difference between these two. These are called breaks. When you have breaks like this, you can get so much more out of this one stem. This stem here will last 3 times. Look at that little buds. This is one stem. Every one of these has a purpose. Look, you go in here. You go with this long one right up in here, and then you can even put these two like that. Nice mixed bouquet, not overdone. You want to make sure it's got plenty of room to hold water, and always, always make sure there's room for the people that receive this to add water to the bouquets. Many times they get jammed and jammed with so many flowers, and you can't water them. We are preserving death. Now this is a weak Alstroemeria lily. This is about the cheapest pathetic Alstroemeria lily you can get. I never had anything less than a select Alstroemeria. One of the rarest complaints we would get is my flowers didn't last. That's the most important thing to me, that the flowers lasted. Again, we don't need to overstuff this. I always used to tell my designers, one of my #1 statements were, more isn't better. Come on, I know I'm going to hear about this one. I used to go around to my designers and tell them, let it go. It's good. Look at this. It's beautiful. For what I had to work with, it's beautiful. And one other thing, never make excuses for your flowers, ever. Because the person that receives this doesn't know about what you were up against to make it. What that means is this. When you're making arrangements and you're making them on a conveyor belt, each one is being delivered to one person. So if you made 8 out of 10 really nice, I'm looking at the other 2 saying those are individual deliveries. They need to be just as nice as the other 8. This one here has balance, doesn't have holes, it's got room to grow. Sometimes you see these arrangements, they have like 2 roses, 3 roses all on top of each other, or they make a cube. Everyone loves cubes. Why? Because they're so easy to make. Do something with some flair. Do something that requires you to understand how the flower performed. If it's got a woody stem, it needs to get in deep into the water. If it's a tulip, it needs to get in even deeper because it's just going to drink from the very bottom. You got to know the characteristics of your flowers. So to make this bouquet like this bouquet is going to do very, very well because the flowers are used properly. Let's preserve that and complement it with other flowers that make it look even better. I've got a few extra blooms. Don't do it, just stop. You'll preserve profits, you'll make a look that's beautiful, and your company will make money because of you. I would love to see some curly willow in every bouquet. You take a bunch of curly willow, put it here, and always remember, put some stones on the bottom of the vases. I always use the word gobbledygook because after a couple of days it looks ugly down here, and you want to be able to lift this up easy, cut the stems, and drop it back in there, which you can do with this.